Assalamualaikum students, very good morning again. Okay student, today we will talk about a new chapter, that is our chapter number 7, Introduction to Database System. Um, what is database? Whenever you listen this word database, what actually comes in your mind first? Yes student, tell me. Okay. A database stores data in organized form. Database is composed of table which contains rows and columns. These rows and columns are called records and fields respectively. Most database contains multiple tables. For example, a journal store database may include tables for purchase, sales, and stock records. Each of these tables has a different fields that are relevant to the information stored in the table. Generally, a database is an electronic system that facilitates easy access, manipulation, and updating of data. Okay students, so what is data? First of all, we must have to understand about the data, what exactly the data is. The data is a raw form of anything. Whatever you actually give to the computer, that is a form of data. For example, if I open MS Excel here, let me open this. Now if you look at here, what we have a table here. In MS Excel we also have a MS Excel actually is a spreadsheet software, which means combination of rows and columns. Spreadsheet is also another name of a table, because you can see here that you also have rows and columns here. So the combination of rows and columns actually make a table. So in database we also have an organized data in the form of tables. We have some rows, we have some columns, and these rows or columns are known as actually the records and the fields. For example, here I have a table in which, for example, I'm gonna give it like roll number, name, father name, age. For example, we have a few students in the class, and the roll number 1, Rohel. I'm gonna change it like Ali. Father name Danish. Age 14. Roll number 2, Kashif Sufyan, 15. Roll number 3, we have Tanzil Khalik, 14. Then we have 4, and the name is like Rizwan Yusuf, and the age is 13. So what actually we have, this is our data, and in this data each column is a single field. This is a field of roll number, this is another field, and that is a field of name. This one is for father name, as it is here we have for the age. This is from top to bottom, means column wise, right? Each column is a single field, and each row is a single record. The first record we have of Mr. Ali. His roll number is 1, his father name is like Danish, and his age is 14. The next row we have another record, that is of Mr. Kashif. Roll number 2, name is Kashif, father name is Sufyan, and the age is 15. So remember this. When we talk about the field, it means that we are talking about the columns, and we are talking, if we talk about the raw records, it means that we are talking about the rows, right? So it's here. These rows and columns are called records and fields respectively. Okay, the use of database. Nowadays, everyone is familiar with the term database. It is a mathematically developed data structure which converts raw input data into meaningful information for a particular organization. These days, a database can be seen in everywhere, a field of life. For example, in industries, health, agriculture, schooling, business, and banking. You can see that everywhere we are actually working with the database. For example, if you take your school as well, then we have records there. If we just talk about a single class, for example, what we actually do in the morning, when class teacher comes to the class after assembly, he takes attendance. Then what do you mean by attendance? Attendance means is also a database, right? What we do in the attendance, we have the records of each student, we have fields like name and the dates, right? So for example, today it's 22 of December. So one teacher take attendance, what he or she do, he will take the roll number 1 students, call his name, whether he is present or absent, he will put the respective data to the respective date. So this is also the type of database, but it's a manual type of database. The database can be developed according to the size of its records for a particular organization. Database can be small in size with a few records, or very large like NADRA database. NADRA means National Database Registration Authority. The NIC you will get when you will be of plus 18, so that will be provided by the NADRA. That is our database system. One more thing, nowadays you're also asking about your BAE forms. So BAE form is also provided by the NADRA, National Database Registration Authority. So which keeps the multi-millions of records. So NADRA means they have a very huge records, they have a very huge database in which they have many different fields of data. They have too much fields like your name, your your date of birth, your father name, your grandparents name, like your picture, your thumb impressions also there, biometric, and so many things. So they have very huge data. A database is playing a leading role to enhance the efficiency and performance of any organization. The goal of database is to minimize the loss and increase the productivity and efficiency of any organization in the age of information technology. Nowadays, actually, database is playing a very leading role to enhance the efficiency of any organization. For example, if again we talk about our school, we also have another database. For example, like your fee section, right? Mr. Imdad, what he actually do, he put your data into the computer, into the software that he available in the computer. When any new students enrolled into the school, he fill his manual form, and after that, that data is entered into the school software. That is also the database. So the school has a record of each single student which actually enrolled. So that is also the type of database. So whenever we teachers require the data of any student, they just put the name of that student or GR number, the data is there, right? Next we have a database management system or DBMS. That is very important. Databases are usually developed, maintained and controlled by the database management system or DBMS. The DBMS essentially serve as an interface between the database and end user or application programs, ensuring that data is consistently organized and remain easily accessible. What do you mean by this? Remember, this DBMS is a software. Whatever the software you use for maintaining the database is known as a DBMS. So, databases are usually developed, maintained and controlled by the database management system, means by these softwares which we use for the database. The DBMS essentially serve as an interface between the database and the end user. What do you mean by end user? End user means, for example, I am a user operating the computer, so I am an end user, and the database means a system which is available inside the computer. So DBMS essentially serve as an interface between the database and the end user or application programs. So ensuring that the data is consistently organized and remain easily accessible. Remember that data is continuously updating. If we talk about any database management system or any software or any organization, then their database will consistently or continuously updating. And new people came into the organization, they again put the information of them. For example, the daily attendance is there, so whenever the people are entering to the organization, for example, they are using a biometric machine, so this is also the form of database. So whenever anyone enter and put his finger on the biometric machine, that data will actually enter to the system. So again, the system is updating. So remember, the database will continuously be updating. Here are some examples of popular DBMS used these days: MySQL, Oracle, Microsoft SQL Server, MongoDB, that is very important, Visual Fox Pro, that is older one, IBM DB2, and PostgreSQL. So these are the examples of database management system. These are the examples of different softwares which we use for the database to maintain the records or anything else. Next we have flat file system. Early databases were relatively flat, which means they were limited to simple rows and columns like a spreadsheet. A spreadsheet is also the type of database, but it's a flat type of database in which we just have rows and columns and nothing else. We can just put a single textual type of data there, right? A flat file is the older version of database. It stores data in a single table structure. Flat file databases are usually in plain text format with only one record per line. The fields include inner records are separated using delimiters such as tabs or commas. So remember, the flat file database are only the form of plain text format in which we have only one record in the per line. But if we talk about a modern database, it don't require only a single row for any data. It can be of multiple rows for the single data or single record. Next we have advantages of database management system over the flat file system. If we talk about the DBMS, multiple users can access data simultaneously. For example, we have a cell phone, we have a database in it. For example, if we talk about Facebook, right? Facebook is also a organized database. When you log into your ID, how you log in? Because your database is available on the Facebook server. When you enter your email ID, then password, then call will goes to the server, and if the both credentials are right, then you will be logged. So how? Because your data is available on the server. Okay, now you're logged in. Your wall is there, your news feeds are there, right? So whatever you share on your wall since last 10 years or 8 years, these all the posts are available on your wall. How it is possible? Because of this database. Because that all the data is again available on the server, and that is in a organized form. So multiple users can access to your wall. For example, this wall is my Facebook wall, and all of you students can access on the same time to my wall. So this is possible with the help of this DBMS. But on another hand, if we talk about the flat file system, only one user can access at a time, If you have a spreadsheet, you are working there, then how many people can access to that spreadsheet at the same time? Of course, only you through your computer. If I have a record, for example, I'm talking about this one. We have this record, right? I have this record or this database available in my computer. So, can you access to this database? Of course not. Who can access? Only me, because this one is available on my system. So, I can only access to this database. Next we have database is DBMS is capable of handling huge sets of data, but in the flat file system suitable only for the smaller set of data. In the DBMS you can make a huge data or database, but on a flat file system you cannot make a very huge database. It's limited. Okay, DBMS allows non-duplication and integrity. It actually stops the redundancy. Redundancy means duplication of data. For example, if talk about the NADRA, what they do? They don't have multiple NIC of a single person. So, how? Because their system is very secured, a single user has a unique NIC number. It is not possible that I have, for example, my NIC number is 123456 and Mr. X also has the same NIC number like 123456. No, this is not possible. Their DBMS will actually stop this thing. They will filter, right? So, allows non-duplication and integrity. But if we talk about the flat file system, increase duplication of redundant data. How? Just look at here. We have a roll number, we have a student. So, is it that possible I put here again roll number to give the name of any another student like Noman, Mustafa 15? Is that not possible? I have given a roll number to two different students. So, it means that redundancy is possible on the flat file system. But if we talk about the DBMS, then it's not possible. Okay. Support online access. DBMS support online access. You can maintain or update or delete any data online. You're using cell phone nowadays. You're using Facebook, WhatsApp. These all are the type of DBMS. They also have not actually DBMS. They have a database. Facebook and WhatsApp are not DBMS, database management system, but they have a database. So you can interact to your data through online. But if we talk about the flat file system, does not support remote connection. Whether I accept that nowadays MS Excel is also support the online or remote connection. But if we talk about in the general form of the DBMS, then of course the flat file system is also have a negative point here. Good for a small, medium and large business DBMS. But if we talk about the flat file system, limited only to a smaller data management need, because you cannot make a huge database here. Next, we have a characteristics of database management system. A DBMS is modern version of database designing, organization, and manipulating. This mainly offers the solutions which a flat file system could not provide. The DBMS has many characteristics. Some of them are multiple user can access DBMS and can view, add, edit, and delete records. But it depends that whether the person is admin or not. Admin means a person who have complete authority of the access of this data. Admin can view, can add, edit or delete the records. But if you are an end user, then it's possible that they provide only the view facility to you, that you can only view the data or you can only add the data. If you are a new user, then you can add your data to that data base management system, and after adding that data you can only view your data or edit your data, but you don't have complete authority to edit anyone's data or delete another person's also data. No, this is not possible. This facility is only available for the admin. A DBMS offers tools like queries, views, or forms, which helps user to manipulate data easily and more efficiently. DBMS basically provide you different tools. Queries means for example, you have a very big data and you want to find some characters, like you find data for the name of Ali. So when you write Ali, search it, then the data of any person whose name is Ali or who has these three characters ALI will be there on front of you. So this is basically a query. This is known as a query. Then views and forms. Views means thing which you actually view on your screen, right? Like interface. And the forms. Form means like the different form you have submitted on the computer. Just like for example, I have given you a last time one project for the HTML, and I have made one form there which you have to submit first. You have to write your name, you have to select your class and section, and then attach your file, right? Attach your HTML file and then submit it. That is also the form of database. Your name is there in my list, your name is there, your class section is there, and your file is also there on my end. So this is also the form of that database. So the forms are that form which you are actually viewing on your screen, and put your data inside that form and then submit it to me. Got my point? A DBMS is more secure and reliable. DBMS is secure and reliable. What do you mean by this? Because you can make a different type of query on this, right? And you can, security means here that there is not the redundancy is possible. That is a security. And reliable means that these are actually reliable software, so they don't provide that useless or I must say that they don't provide that useless functionalities which are actually horrible or terrible for the database. A DBMS allows distribution of data in multiple tables by making use of features like keys and relationships between fields of those tables. Keys are basically used just like if I provide the keys on roll number, then that means that roll number will not be possible of duplication. Now the duplication at that particular field where I provided that keys is not possible. And relationship means that the two different fields of data are interlinked with each other. For example, suppose that we are making a database of any organization, and in which we have a different fields, right? So for example, we have the records of like name, father name, age, qualifications, right? And then marital status. So if the person is married, if he checks on that, yes, I am married, then another fields of data will shows or pop up on the screen that will ask the persons, the number of person you are supporting in your family. If you check on the marital status that yes, I am married, then that new data will be asked. If you don't click on that check, then that particular data will not be asked. So this is basically the relationship between two different fields or more than two different fields. Between fields of those tables. This allows lesser duplications of data and results in the lesser redundancy, which I already covered. Preparing backup and providing limited permissions to the users are features of DBMS. It actually continuously preparing your backups. Whatever the data you are providing to that system, it prepare its backup. But it depends on the DBMS which you are using. It's vary from one to another. And that provide a limited permission to the users that are features of DBMS, right? So they don't provide their user this also permission or to facilitate that they can do anything in the database. If they want to delete any another person's data, they can do. No, this is not possible. They actually provide a limited permission, right? For example, user have a permission to add their data, edit their data, and if they feel that their data is not correct, they can delete their data, but only their own data, not any another person. If you are the user of Facebook, you can make your ID, add your data. You can again re-edit your data. For example, the first time when you make your ID, then you use a name like ABC, and after some time you decided, no, my name is now changed, my name is now XYZ, so you can also write that name, that is edit your data. And if you feel that no, I am not feeling comfortable on Facebook, then you can delete your ID, you can deactivate your ID. So these all are the facilities which are available to you, but you cannot delete any another one's ID, any another user's ID, right? You cannot edit their data, you cannot edit their name. So this is a These are all are the limited permission. For example, one more thing example, uh, you people are using now Zoom, right? I am the host of this meeting. I have a complete rights available, so I can re-edit your name. I can whether remove you people. I can mute your mic. I can unmute your mic. So these all are the facilities which are available on my end, right? So, but you cannot do anything like this. You cannot mute any another person. You cannot rewrite any another's name. You cannot rename them. But I can do because I am a host, I am an admin, just like admin, right? So I have an admin rights there. Next we have DBMS can handle a large and complex data more conveniently. Therefore, it is perfect by the medium and large organization. So it means it can actually handle a very large data. Okay students, so that is the end of today's lecture. I hope you learn a lot again here in this chapter. If you have any question, then you can ask me. Okay students, so inshallah we will meet again in the next class. Till then, take care and Allah Hafiz.